Hi guys, it's great to be back. As I mentioned in a couple of my comments, I got some new lights for my videos. They arrived yesterday, and I also put up the stills shots of my British Army. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to try out the new lights and give you a view of my British Army that sits alongside the video of the French I put up a few days ago. So this is quite a lot smaller than the French Army. But I have got my Dutch Belgians and my Prussians that sit alongside this. But the British is the largest component of the army. So we'll start off with the British 5th Division that was in the Reserve Corps. I actually have the commanders on command stands for the British Brigades, but I tend to use those as my divisional commanders and just use single figures as my brigade commanders. So we'll kick off. Firstly, with the 5th Division, we have. Hang on a sec. Okay, yeah, I was just checking. In the 5th Division, we have the 8th and 9th British Brigades and the 5th Hanoverian. So firstly, let's have a look at the 8th. Here we have some old favourites. We have. Still in their peninsular shakos, the 28th Gloucesters. Behind them we have the 32nd, we have the 79th Highlanders, and 6 companies of the 95th Rifles. That's the 8th Brigade. Then we have the 9th Brigade. Not so good with my unit numbers here. We have the 44th, I think, Essex, which is that small brigade in the front. The 1st Royal Scots in the rear. And then we have the other 2 Highland Brigades. And apologies, I can't remember my regimental numbers. I think one of them's the 92nd, isn't it? They're my Highlanders. Then we have 4 Hanoverian Landwehr battalions. All these figures are Perez metals. Then we have the first of our artillery batteries, foot artillery battery with caisson and limber. And of course, being British, we've got to have a small rocket detachment and some more limbers and ammunition wagons there. So that's the 5th British Infantry Division. And if we move across, we have the 3rd British Infantry Division. This had the 5th British Infantry Brigade, the 2nd KGL Brigade, and I think the 1st Hanoverian Brigade. We're a couple of battalions short on this one. The British are fully intact. We have the 30th, the 33rd, the 69th and the 73rd, I think, here. So that's filled out. For the KGL, we've got the 5th and the 8th KGL line battalions. And actually that 3rd battalion at the back there, which I tend to use as a KGL light battalion, is actually one of the Hanoverians, but they wear pretty much identical uniforms. Here's the rest of the Hanoverian Brigade, with another light battalion and 2 line battalions. And my sources said one of the line battalions was in the process of converting to green uniforms, so hence one company there, the battalion at the back, which is in blue trousers, if you can just see that. And it's got one company of troops in light uniforms. So the Hanoverians is 5 battalions strong, these 3 and that unit of light, and the KGL is 4 battalions strong. So I'm actually missing 3 battalions of Hanoverians here. Depending what battle I'm playing, they play the full KGL brigade or usually the full Hanoverian brigade. If we move across, recently completed 2 battalions of British Light, the 71st Highland Light Infantry and the 52nd Oxfordshire. And 2 battalions here of British Guards. Probably recognise these. These are Perry plastics. I went through a phase of using some plastic troops for some of these forces. So These guards and some of the Hanoverians in the Hanoverian Brigades are plastic, others of the Hanoverians are all metals. Then in support of these two fairly complete British divisions and these two other small brigade formations, I've got another 2 artillery batteries. These are both foot batteries, again with another limber at the rear. And then we move on to my cavalry. So we've got a light cavalry brigade, 2 units of dragoons, 1 metal, 1 unit of hussars. There you can see Uxbridge in the front, and a little forge for all the cavalry. Here we've got my horse artillery battery with horse holders and limbers and mounted riders and a specialist wheel repair limber. Limber's probably not quite the right word, but a unit to replace shattered wheels as a result of casualties or artillery fire. And then we've got my heavy British troops, again some of my favourite cavalry here. The Scots Greys, heavy dragoons, and then the light and the life and horse guard, small regiments. So there we go. Pretty good force. If we just do a reflection in total. So what have we got? 8, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 British infantry battalions. Pretty good. If you recall, we had 20, I think it was 27 line French battalions, and yes, 8 young, middle and old guard. So bit of a bigger French army, but hope you enjoy seeing the British. Just clear these away, and me and Charlie will play today's game. Cheers.